They say you should never go back, but these two managers have disproved the theory. Whilst David Moyes' second spell at the Hammers helm's been way more successful than his first, Roy Hodgson's return to his boyhood club has transformed their season. Having taken just 11 points from the 16 games prior to his arrival, they mustered 10 in his 5 games in charge. It's the most intense relegation battle the Premier League's ever seen. When April dawned, just 4 points separated the bottom 9 teams, each deeply embroiled in a scrap for survival, their hard-earned status on the line. But game by game, the pictures become clearer, some responding to the situation, others crippled by the pressure, mired ever deeper. For Palace and West Ham, safety now beckons. But whilst the Eagles already find themselves on the very verge of sanctuary, David Moyes and their counterparts from across town still have one decisive step to take. And the longer it takes to come, the more that pressure will start to build. Fair to say that Sam Johnston is going to have to keep goal on instinct here, because he can't see an awful lot. There's 7 players in close attendance right in front of him. Now they peel away as it's bent in towards the far post. Defensive header, not good enough. And Souček scores for West Ham. Perfect start for the Hammers. Salvation is tangible.
Great finish from Thomas Souček. We're so often, he's a guy that gets his head on something in that 6-yard box. But dangerous corners. Roy Hodgson will know that his team have got to try and defend them a little better. There's so many bodies around Sam Johnston. And Jarrod Bowen's quality was good. It was reliable. The first corner was a decent one. This one even better. It's got such pace on it. Goalie can't come and get it. It's a poor header down. It really isn't the best header. It's Elise, I think, in the end, who's afraid of letting it go. He just puts his head on it and he drops it on a sixpence for Souček on his left peg, and he rattles that into the back of the net. They haven't been brilliant in this opening phase of the game, West Ham, but they now have a lead.
Eze. Now Ward. More than 300 Palace games behind him now. Decore able to find plenty of space in the midfield. It's a good ball forward. Ayew, 1-1. Well, the lead didn't last for long. Great response from the Eagles. And Jordan Ayew drives them back on level terms within 5 minutes.
It's a brilliant goal. There's some lovely football in there as well. Really is, yeah. He'll be disappointed, David Moyes. That reaction says it all from his team's perspective, but from a Palace one, it's an excellent goal. Ball goes out wide to Elise, and he just drifts infield, drops it back to Decore, and then that little ball there is an absolute peach. It really is. And it just needs Jordan Ayew right at the screen. Does he just get going that little bit before Kurt Zouma? He does. He just gets on the move quicker than the centre-half. He sees it, senses that there's a bit of space there, and if you find me, I've got a chance to go and score a goal, and that's exactly what he does. Great football, lovely movement, and a beautiful finish.
Eze, Ayew, here's Elise. Trying to cause problems again. Zaha, 2-1. Elise and Ayew working well in tandem once more. This time, Zaha was the beneficiary. He hasn't scored a goal since he last played against West Ham back in November. Back in the side today, he's back on the score sheet, and they lead only 5 minutes after being behind.
Yeah, it's been a great response from them, hasn't it? Really has. Again, this time, Anderson knocking it forward. They just pick up that second ball there. Nice little triangle there with Eze, Ayew and Elise. Jordan Ayew close to getting on the end of this one. He just misses it. It comes to Wilfried Zaha, almost off the heel. And sometimes when it hits your heel, it can go almost back out the way it's come from. But this time, for Wilfried Zaha, he just manages to keep that one inside the frame of the goal. Rattles the post and ends up in the back of the net. But brilliant response from Palace. Too easy from a West Ham point of view. That's twice they've served the ball forward, Palace, got in behind their midfield players and have penetrated.
Zaha doing everything he can to show that he's good value for his new contract offer. As Schlupp embarrasses Souček and makes it 3. He dillied and dallied in the midfield, and Schlupp attacked it with intensity, robbed him of possession. The rest a formality.
Yeah, great play from Jeff Schlupp. It is so poor from Thomas Souček, it really is. But it's kind of typical of the way West Ham have been playing with the ball. You know, they haven't really been moving it about with any pace. Look, Souček comes off almost in a straight line. It's a heavy touch. He's not aware that Schlupp is breathing down his neck. And Schlupp does everything right, pinches the ball, then keeps his composure, slots it through Fabianski's legs. And that now is a very comfortable looking 2-goal cushion for the home team. And they fully deserve it. It's been a great response. To go 1 down and then all of a sudden respond with 3 is excellent. This might be their best route back into the game if they can produce another decent delivery.
Souček and Bowen both trying to get free. It's Souček flicked on for Antonio and in for 3-2. What a first half.
Incredible. Great delivery again. Really good delivery into the box, and you've got to make first contact, Palace. They don't. Thomas Souček it is, making amends for that really poor mistake for the 3rd Palace goal. He gets first contact, and Mikel Antonio just drifts to the back post and just has to acrobatically lean and get his head on that, and it flies in the back of the net. Just looking at offside position, he looks good there. I think he's okay.
Slightly more agricultural ball 4 from Anderson, but effective nonetheless. Zaha looking for force, side netting only.
Should score, you know him. That's what I mean, when he isolates Soufal like he did there, he can go outside or inside. So when he's got that gap to go on the left side, I think he could have done a little better there, Wilfried Zaha's great skill.
Again with the clearance, Decore did really well to block it. Ayew. Elise. Fabianski couldn't be short, had to help it on its way.
Lucky. Wasn't too many options around him, was there? When he picks that up, Elise there. He's actually going for right in the far corner. He's trying to whip that one right across into the top corner, far side. Still a nice strike, but because it's towards the centre of the goal, it just gives Fabianski a chance to tip that one over. Routine save from him, but nice play again.
Elise changing the direction of play. Working wide for Bere Eze. Here's Eze again. And again, going down on the edge of the penalty area, in the penalty area. And Palace will have a chance from the spot for number 4.
Just when they quicken those passes up, and they're one touch. The stuff that Palace play on the edge of the area is always a bit of one touch. How much contact is there actually on the end of that? Little hand grabbing motion from Aged is enough to put Eze to the floor. There, just on the side of his shirt. How hard does he actually pull him? From that angle you can't really see. You can see there's some contact, but it's got to be more than just, you know, real insignificant contact. It's got to be something that actually grabs him to the floor. Is it that? Is Eze already going down?
Well, I think they're happy with the award of the penalty. They're now just checking the attacking phase of play to make sure there are no infringements in there, but this decision is going to be upheld. It's Eze against Fabianski. As cool as you like. There are ice in those veins. It's a 2-goal lead for Palace. And the 40-point mark, surely theirs.
Nice pen. Nice and cool, and kept his composure. Just waited to see Fabianski just go one way and got the confidence to just roll it in the other direction. Good finish.
Rice attempting a look of nonchalance around the edge of the penalty area. Flicked on again by Souček, and again coming around the back, it's bundled in again.
Incredible.
And it's 4-3. And again, a set piece does the job. Again, forces it over the line. And they are back in it.
Somehow they're still alive and kicking in this game, West Ham. I don't know how, but they are. Again, that's not good from a Palace point of view. Someone's got to get in front there. That's not the greatest corner, but it's a brilliant flick. Again, I think it's Souček who just somehow manages to glance it towards that back post where both Aguerd and Antonio are waiting. Palace should be cruising this game as we approach the last phase. Now they're going to panic a bit.
Well, it doesn't appear to be any evidence of the ball hitting Aguerd's hand. And the goal stands. And again, you would imagine they'll be looking for a near-post flick of some description. Might be forthcoming. Johnston gratefully pounces after the ricochet. And Palace only have 3 minutes left to try and survive, and it's a sore one for Aguerd.
Yep, it's a great leap from Aguerd. Really climbs high, doesn't he? Just can't quite get a touch on it.
Still, the referee happy for play to continue. Another phase of play. Rice, Cresswell, down for Benrahma. Moment that sums up his afternoon, and it's a Palace victory. The Eagles are flying, and they'll be up in the rarefied air again next season. They've hit the 40-point mark, retention of their Premier League status assured, but the Hammers can't yet say the same after another poor defensive display. They still have work to do after losing a 7-goal thriller, 4-3.